You know, you quickly learn in this business that absolutely everybody is crazy. I mean, sooner or later, your clients find out you're nuts and vice versa. And the trick is to learn how to distinguish between good crazy and bad crazy.
Teach us.
Well, you'll have to decide whether I'm good or bad. So I had this one client who turned out to be a real surprise. I'm going to call him Lenny. Lenny called in to see a home, and I didn't want to meet someone I didn't know at home, so I asked him to come into the office. So Lenny walks in, and it's not pretty. Lenny is big and gigantic beer belly. He's wearing a big, dirty, oversized t-shirt. He's got a bunch of scruff on his face and a baseball cap that says, "Sounds like a sad story." Lenny said he was going through a divorce. He was going through a divorce, and he was living with his first ex-wife while he was getting divorced from his second wife. So I sit Lenny down and I said, "Okay, so what is it that you're looking for in a house? You know, bedroom, bathroom ratio, area." He's like, "I don't want to be in the darker part of town." And I naturally assume he wants a lot of daylight, a lot of trees around the home, maybe sun exposure. Lenny clarifies, "I don't like those people and those people don't like me." And I'm like, ugh. So I reluctantly agreed to show him a home, but we drive separately. And on the way there, I'm thinking, you know what, I can't let this slide. I really can't. I need to say something to this guy. This isn't okay. So I brace myself and I say, when I get to the house, "Lenny, I'm sorry, but I just can't use the fact that you don't want to live in the darker part of town as part of your search criteria." And I brace myself, and he goes, "All right." So a couple days later, I'm showing him the house, and I have my 9-month-old with me. And he's a little bologna loaf that sits up. And so he's sitting in the living room while I'm showing Lenny the kitchen, vacant listing, and Lenny's like, "Seems like a good kid."
Don't touch him.
I said, "He is. Yeah, he's a great kid." "Yep. I got a son. Turned out to be a real disappointment. One of them bipolars, and he's retarded, and he's a drug addict." Oh, poor Lenny Jr. The irony is that Lenny ended up being one of the easiest clients I've ever worked with, because I found a home in a week and a half for him. We sit down, yes, yay. We sit down to write up the purchase and sale agreement. He's like, "All right, what do I offer? Where do I sign?" We went to the home inspection, and Lenny and I are getting to know each other a little better. He asked me throughout the transaction, "So how's your marriage? Is it okay?" Yes, thank you, Lenny. The bologna loaf and I have a male in our life who's a wonderful person and isn't a racist. So Lenny tells me, put myself on Match.com. And I started eating salads. You know what I don't don't understand, though, is all the ladies say the same thing. I love to go for bike rides. I like to go for walks on the beach. I like to watch movies. He said, if that were the case, there wouldn't be room on the side of the road, in a movie theater. Nothing like that. Beach, still crowded. No room for anybody. Well, the transaction closed without any complications, and several years later, I, on a lark, invited Lenny to a client appreciation party. Lenny brought a girlfriend, and she was nice, and she thought she'd won the lottery. And you know what? That's when it occurred to me. Lenny found someone who matched his particular brand of crazy. When the crazy doesn't match, it's a bumpy ride.